Hey, Karen. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to A Date with Dietitians. I'm Ann, and this is Karen, and we are both Maha dietitians, and we have a lot to talk about today, don't we, Karen? We have been delayed due to massive technical difficulties. I'm sure you all can relate. In addition to wildlife issues that caused a big delay. We'll talk about that. Yeah, sleepless night. So we might talk about that in this or in
we may keep it all a secret.
Spin-off.
Crazy.
I'm definitely talking about it because I'll have to because it's going to be getting to be twilight.
So
and
today,
that's when.
What are we going to talk about?
Today we're going to talk about everybody's favorite new things. All the GLP-1s, the GLP-2s, the what else? What else is there?
No.
Not GLP-2. I'm just kidding. GIP, and then so we're going to talk about all of the
deep
into the popular weight loss peptides that are out.
GLP-1 and GLP-1/GIP.
Yes. And I do want to talk a little bit about the one that's not approved yet. And I'm going to have to refer to my notes quite a bit. So we're going to do a lot. We're going to talk about how it was discovered. Very interesting. We're going to talk about how they work, not going into crazy, boring detail or whatever. So we'll get quickly to how it works. We're going to talk about some of the side effects. We're going to talk about studies. We're going to talk about cost. We're going to talk about the different brands. I want to talk a little bit about advertising. I don't know. Did I send you that screenshot of my TV last night where it took up the whole entire YouTube screen? I was like, okay, are you trying to tell me something? And then every other ad is for Wagovi. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And then we're going to be discussing it because I have mixed feelings about it and I'm kind of changed a little bit, and we're going to talk about studies. Yes, let's get rolling. Okay. So first we're going to talk about where did it come from? Okay. And Karen, do you want to do your disclaimers? You're a disclaimer person.
Yeah. We are just here for entertainment.
Yes.
Give any nutritional advice or
medical direction. Yeah.
Please speak to your doctor or your lawyer.
Or your lawyers. Yes. And also make sure yes. Yes. And also make sure anything you take is what? Third party tested by. And what's the little seal people should look for?
What?
NSF?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay. Like the little housing symbol in my other trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little NSF. Not insufficient funds, folks. Yeah, it means what? Third party tested, right? Third party tested. NSF is. Yeah. I know that. I know. I don't want to see that on bank statements I review. But that's
thinking about something.
Yeah. Tell us, we did the disclaimer. All right. So tell us, where did this magical peptide come from and how was it discovered? What is it?
Okay. Oddly enough, I think there was something about anglerfish early on.
And it is later in the evening, folks.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It's appropriate to have wine.
What? Oh, yeah.
For resveratrol purposes.
That's right.
And of course, mental health.
So whether you're taking Mounjaro or thinking about Wagovi or simply want to understand the science, this episode is supposed to help you get the full picture from discovery to real study details, side effects, stigma, exactly how to use these medications safely and effectively.
We might make this into more than one podcast, actually, because there's a lot to say.
There's too much to cover.
I know, there is.
Yeah. So the story of the drugs begins with a venomous lizard called
It sounds like a fairy tale.
I know. Gila monster. Or Gila monster? I don't know. Back in the 1990s, researchers discovered a compound in the saliva that mimicked the human gut hormone GLP-1. They were wondering, how can the Gila monster go so long without eating?
Yes, good question.
3-4 times a year or something.
Mm-hmm.
We have something in our body, ghrelin. I think it's very appropriately named. But GLP-1... Ghrelin. Doesn't it sound like a gremlin?
It sounds like a little gremlin, yes. Yeah. It messes with your metabolism, people. You don't have to know the biochemistry. Just know the ghrelin is a gremlin. Yeah, we don't. Yeah. Yeah.
And so if we could suppress that, that would be great. And some people produce more of it than others, which
And
is
I think probably you
super
start
unfair.
producing less as you get older,
Yeah,
right,
it's just
ladies?
super, super, super unfair. So it's not an even playing field.
No.
Some people look at weight loss as, well, why don't they have more self-control? And it's just not always about that.
Yes, I was gonna interrupt you with my feelings about that, yes. I cannot stand when people say, "What? Calories in, calories
yeah.
out. Diet and exercise." Yeah, no. Nope, it ain't working. Yeah, so no judging here on anything like that. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you on how it was
That's okay. You
discovered.
can interrupt me anytime because I do a lot of talking.
Yes, because this is a
So the discovery
conversation. Yeah,
eventually led to the GLP-1 medication in 2005, but it was used, well, it was actually primary use for
for
diabetes type
diabetes,
1.
yeah.
Yeah. And there were side effects. I think it was an injection early on that was used maybe even daily.
Wow. Well,
Yeah. Anyway, so it's gotten better, but Novo Nordisk later developed semaglutide, a synthetic peptide analog of human
mhm.
GLP-1. And that was first approved as Ozempic, which you probably heard, for type 2 diabetes. And then in 2017, they made Wagovi, which is really the same thing. And that's
It's the oral.
no, no, no. Wegovy is still an injection for
It
chronic weight
is?
loss. Yeah, and then later the oral tablets, which is Rybelsus.
I have Wegovy is the daily tablet, which is
Oh,
Rybelsus.
maybe. Okay.
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 Well,
I think you're right.
there's a lot of peptides out there, people.
Yeah. Then Eli Lilly followed up with theirs recently,
Okay.
the
Yes.
tirzepatide, which works on, and that has sort of a dual. It's called
Mhm.
GLP-1 and the GIP receptors. It was approved as Mounjaro for type 2 diabetes and Zepbound for weight loss.
Yeah. And okay, we're going to do comparisons of these
Yeah.
two, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to compare them first, or you want me to talk about analog? Why they're
I want
analog?
to, yeah, finish talking about, the,
So yeah, it bothered you, I think, that they were fake.
yes. Yes. I don't like analogs. I don't want analogs in my body. I'm for advanced medical practices, but I'm still like, mm,
So the reason that
mm,
they're lab engineered synthetic peptide analog designed to be far more stable and longer lasting than a normal peptide that your body
mhm.
can make, because your body can make GLP-1 or
Yeah,
GLP.
and you do.
So the pro is that it's much stronger, lasts longer. It really affects blood sugar because of that, and really affects your appetite, and just does a lot of things that the one that we make, because the half-life does not do all of that.
Right.
So the cons is it can produce more pronounced side effects because it does stick around.
And we're gonna get into those. We're gonna go
Yeah.
over all I have a
And
whole list of concerns.
real quickly, just because we're talking about the side effects
Mhm.
and the half-life, I did want to mention, I don't think I have it written down anywhere, but the half-life kind of thing. With tirzepatide, is it
Mhm.
tirzepatide?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Tirzepatide.
say tirzepatide.
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 Zepbound. Its half-life is like 5 days, even though
Which
you do
that
it
means it
weekly.
lasts a long time in your body, in case
No,
you're
I'm
wondering
sorry,
what
it's
a
half-life
half-life. So it's
because
gonna last,
it
yeah.
it really, like, people who are on a weekly injection really feel it being completely gone quicker than semaglutide.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I know that people who take the injections feel sicker and more nauseous the first 2 or 3 days and maybe don't even wanna
Oh,
do
yeah.
anything.
They're both like that. They're
Mhm.
both like that. But what I'm saying is, and I think it's because they backed off a little bit of the GLP-1 and put more of the GIP to balance it out, and because of that, it doesn't last as long. That effect of the hunger suppression doesn't last as
And
long.
we're gonna talk about,
Yeah.
yeah, comparing them because my opinion is quite fluid, and I'm leaning towards one
Do you want me to talk
thing
about
more than
snacks,
the other. I
or do you
do
wanna talk about
because
something
I
else
want
first?
no, let's finish well, I'll talk about I don't know, what was I gonna talk about? You're gonna talk about the studies. Yeah, I wanna know, like, how okay, so the pills, right? So you're
Yeah, yeah,
taking
yeah.
the injections
So,
because
because
they're
I
peptides.
really don't hear of anybody taking them. Honestly, at first, I was like, that
They're not absorbed as well, but
yeah,
I'm
in my
getting
head, I was like, "That could
majority
never work."
Because why? Because it's a peptide and you're
It's a
going to
peptide.
digest it.
Exactly.
So Karen's going to tell us why that's not digested, which makes me not like this in particular.
So yeah,
I
in my
just
head,
don't like it.
I thought it was like a hoagie. I thought,
It is way less absorbed. Like the dosage is
it
much
is
higher.
out on the market, and people are taking it, especially if you have an aversion to injections. Which, by the way, the needles for these things are about teeny tiny, like allergy shots or
Yeah, I
insulin.
I
They're
could
very
do
tiny,
it.
and you can rotate the sites, and it's subcutaneous, not like a
Probably.
big intramuscular shot.
It's not
But
like
anyway,
a bat bite.
exactly. It could be worse.
Those
It
are
could be a bat bite.
microscopic.
Oh, you're
We'll
saying
get
it
into
could.
that
Yeah.
later.
Anyway, to make it absorbable and to make it to where it will even make it past your stomach, they
They
well,
put
special absorption enhancer
an
called SNAC.
armor over it
Yeah, it's
called
armor, like armor.
with a
SNAC.
cute name. Yeah.
Temporarily raises the pH around the tablet in the stomach. It's like this little halo effect. It protects the semaglutide from acid and enzymes. It keeps the molecules separated and makes the stomach lining more permeable so the drug can be absorbed. And that's why it must be taken first thing in the morning on an empty stomach with only a
Yes, I was
small
going to
amount of
say,
water.
yes. Empty stomach, small amount of water, and it's absorbed through in your stomach. That doesn't sound good to me because I'm thinking if I have a leaky gut, I don't know if I want snack floating around in there. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The jury's out for me on that, but okay, continue.
I
What
wonder if I
and
can
what
show
is
you this picture.
of the snack?
Yeah. Just says like,
It's not like a tasty snack, people.
well, it's not as, but it just, this little picture talks about what it that. And the weird word that I don't like is it causes membrane fluidization.
What? That means membrane dissolving.
I mean,
That doesn't sound
I know.
good to me.
but it
No.
says that it's temporary in nature and it will return. Interestingly enough, they're actually trying or have tried this similar type. I don't know if it's exactly snack, but it's the same technology on oral insulin because if you can imagine,
Yeah, insulin is a peptide, people. That's how
exactly.
serious
So it's another
peptides
thing
are.
and
Yeah.
you either have to have an insulin pump or you
Yeah.
have to have insulin injections. They've never figured out a way
No.
you could orally ingest it. So that's another thing that they've been working on. But it's the other thing is they have to put such high doses because you're only going to get, I think, like 3 or 5% of the drug.
I thought it was even less. But
So
yeah, it's ridiculous.
so the literally the amount of drug that they're having to deliver to you is so high because they're like,
You're not
well, they're only
absorbing
going to
it.
get a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
the
what if you have
net,
a leaky gut? I don't know. That's concerning to
if
me.
you have a leaky gut, you've got a lot of.
I'm pretty sure my gut's a little leaky.
Anyway.
But yes. Okay. So, do you want to talk about there are a few things like side effects I do like
Well,
about
do you want to
these
talk about how they
drugs.
work in the body?
Yeah, okay, very, very quickly.
Okay.
Very quickly so it doesn't get too boring.
Medications mimic gut hormones that are released after eating. We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
They act on the brain to reduce appetite, cravings, food noise, which Jan loves that.
I don't like that word.
I love it.
I hate
I
it.
think it totally explains it in a perfect way.
What, instead of saying I'm hungry all the
No,
time?
food noise is different than hunger. So
Like
also,
what am I gonna eat?
so
Like
it acts
my
on the
mom
brain.
wondering about dinner and the breakfast time?
Yeah.
Like what are we having? I'm
Sort
like,
of.
Mom, I can't think about dinner now. I just
They
woke
have a
up.
lot of food noise. Yeah. So it acts
Is
on
that
the
a true
brain.
thing?
Acts
I
on
want to
the
see the
brain,
studies.
acts on the stomach. It acts on the stomach by slowing the gastric emptying. So it makes you feel full longer.
Which leads to some of the discomforts.
It
But
does.
we're going to go over those. I've got a whole
It
laundry
the
list.
pancreas to improve insulin secretion
Yes.
and lowers glucagon. And glucagon is basically like the opposite of insulin. Insulin good.
But we need it still.
Yeah. You don't want high levels of insulin circulating, but you do want adequate insulin. So
You want
also,
everything right.
fat tissue to improve metabolism and insulin sensitivity, and that is especially true with the tirzepatide.
That's the main thing I like about
Yeah, I do too.
everything. That sums up what I like about all this. I think it does make a dent in insulin resistance or whatever's making whatever's making your insulin high, cortisol, stress, kids, grandkids, whatever, spouses, technology issues, bats, everything can make your cortisol
Whatever you have to
high.
throw in there.
So that's one of the things I do like.
Yes.
And
So what do you want to talk about before I talk about studies?
No, you can keep talking about studies and I'll interrupt you.
Okay. So what are the major studies? The
I
most
want to
impressive.
know. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let's just look at actual research because Anne was like, "What is the research?" And I'm like, "Let me tell you,
Yes.
girl, there is a lot of research out there because it's been on the market for 20 years."
I didn't realize that. I mean, I
20.
want peer research studies like they do about Eskimo women breastfeeding and with one breast. People, dietitians do studies like that.
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
do.
telling you.
Yeah, they
We
do.
don't know why. We don't know. We're not in that group. We don't know why. Okay, back to
Government grant. Okay. So in the step 1 trial, there was 1,961 participants with obesity, and they lost an average of 14.9% of their body weight in over 68 weeks. This was the semaglutide, Ozempic.
I like it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of asterisk comments, but we'll get to
Yes.
this later.
The longer step 5 trial followed people for 2 years and showed sustained results, which I like that one. Those are all the same semaglutide. The most impressive cardiovascular data comes from the SELECT trial, which I love. It was a massive study with 17,000 people.
What?
Yeah. The adults had overweight or obesity and were established heart disease, but no diabetes in this group. Okay.
Okay.
So they were just doing it for weight management. After an average of nearly 3.5 years, 3.3 years, semaglutide reduced major cardiovascular events, heart attack, stroke, and cardiovascular death by 20%.
I really like
And
that.
also lowered all-cause mortality. This led to formal FDA approval for cardiovascular risk reduction.
I mean, I told you I had changing opinion as we got ready for this podcast.
Okay.
I would
So
pretty much a no on it.
for tirzepatide, that's in the Surmount trial I looked at. That had
This is
not a
my
lot of
favorite one.
2,539 participants showed an average weight loss of 15 to 22% at 72 weeks and often outperforming semaglutide in total weight loss and body composition.
I can't see anything. I can see your
Anyway,
cute
let's
face.
just look real quick. Semaglutide, the step 1, had 15% total weight loss and 43 to 45% lean mass lost as lean mass. I'm sorry.
We don't like that.
Right. There was a higher proportion of lean mass loss.
Yes, I
relative to
know what
total
you're
weight loss.
looking at.
The
This one.
tirzepatide, which is the Surmount 1 trial, had a total weight loss of 21%, and the percent of weight lost as lean mass was 25 to 26. That's in comparison to 43 to 45.
That's why.
So the notes: lower proportion of lean mass lost, better body composition, more fat, less muscle, relative. So
Now I do have a question about this study. I don't know if you looked into this part. The Surmount one were they medically supervised?
and that's the other thing.
Yes, let's talk
All
about
of
that for a
these
minute.
had lifestyle modifications, had adequate intake of calories. So they were like, I don't know that they were put on that.
This is not a low calorie drug. Absolutely not.
Here's another thing that I wanted to show you. This is just a comparison of the GLP-1 semaglutide and the GLP-1 dual, which is basically semaglutide versus tirzepatide. So this is the comparison of the two, right? It has the same thing I just went over, average weight versus fat. And it has the winner, very strong blood sugar control for semaglutide, but strongest with the tirzepatide.
I like that.
Suppression, strong, but even slightly stronger with the tirzepatide. GI effects, common really with both. They're saying tirzepatide has a slight edge. I think it's because it wears off quicker and it has less. It has less of the GLP-1 in it. That's what I think.
I agree.
So if you really took it more often or took it at a higher dose, it may be the same. But what they're doing is they're hoping that GIP counter effect you'll get the benefit of the GIP and won't need as
I
much of
think
the
the
GIP.
2 in
Me
combination
too. So the
is
heart
really
rate, minimal change, minimal change. And the reason we bring that up is that's going to be a big deal with this latest,
yeah,
the next one.
the retatrutide.
Right.
Maybe should we do a whole thing on retatrutide?
Probably.
Okay.
So that's
We're
why
not
that is
gonna
even
yeah.
discussed. So cardiovascular benefits, it's strong. They there's really no studies yet for Mounjaro. Um, so they're just kind of guessing that it'll be good. But there is a study for semaglutide. That's the big one. Muscle preservation, much better with tirzepatide. Dosing same. Cost, they're saying it's a little bit higher with tirzepatide, but honestly, cost is like a whole nother issue, right?
Yeah, I like the muscle preservation. I mean, I just like the dual function, the dual work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll
So
talk
yeah,
about
tirzepatide is
retatrutide later. Yeah,
definitely it has the strongest long-term cardiovascular outcome, muscle
less
preservation.
muscle wasting. Yeah. So, I mean, that's great information, Karen. Thanks for looking all that
So
up.
I am done with the good stuff, and you can talk about the bad stuff.
Well, I'm just going to talk about my concerns. I just have concerns and things that you should think about, I think,
Yeah,
when you're going to start them.
did you want to go through what the side effects are?
Concerns for sure. Yeah.
So do you worry about anhedonia? Is that what it's called? Flat affect. It's
Flat
just like a general
affect,
loss of pleasure.
not enjoying
Yeah.
things as much as you did, like almost like a low grade depression, it sounds like. So, I mean, that is a true thing. So, I wouldn't dismiss it if you're feeling that. Don't ignore it.
They say roughly 2 to 10%.
I mean, 10%,
Noticeable
that's a fair amount of
increases. This is
people.
linked to changes in the dopamine
How many
reward
people are
pathway.
honest? Like, I didn't even think to look that up. I did hear how much one of the companies made. It was in the trillions.
Mm.
I don't know which one. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
hating
it's
on
Eli
anybody
Lilly
for making
for sure.
money. Okay, yeah, because they've got the 2, right?
Mhm.
My concern is like, A, you need to be under medical supervision or super self-control, get enough protein, the weight-bearing exercise, enough water, cardiac monitoring. I don't know what other medical monitoring do you think you need? Definitely need to eat. And I'll just tell an anecdotal story about someone who probably doesn't need to be on it. They're older than me, eating like probably less than 1,000 calories because, you get older, maybe not so hungry, and taking a semaglutide and
So if
drinking,
you're that age, say you're 70 years old,
and you're
you're
only 20 pounds overweight and
and
you're
you're already
petite.
having trouble getting adequate protein in to
Yeah.
maintain muscle. If you're shifting your calories down,
And you lose 43% because she's on the I don't know the cost. I'm going to guess
well, even if lost 10%
it's
and it
too
was all
much.
muscle, that's
It's
too
too
much.
much.
It's too much muscle at that
And
age.
your
It
metabolism
could be
will always
70.
be screwed up. So that's a concern. Like if you're not eating right and you're drinking alcohol, she was, falling
So
down, having
she's
issues.
substituting nutritious food for non-nutritious food
Right. Alcohol and
that has no
snacks.
nutritive value. And I think that's what a lot of people are
And
doing.
there's a lot of people on low protein and plant diets. I don't know. So that's going to be a whole thing for me, plant-based diets. So that's my concerns. People who don't really need it, taking it and not being careful or taking it and thinking it's, commonplace and not worrying about it, which would be me probably in a lot of situations. But I just, I think you need to be really careful and you have to understand it's going to be a lifetime medication. I don't see the studies looking good for people who get off of them long term. So if you're going to take it, I think you're probably going to be taking it, which the benefits I think outweigh it if you're the cardiac and all that. I mean, that was substantial. So, I
I
mean,
don't
yeah, the
know.
sarcopenia,
I don't know if I totally agree with it being a requirement for lifetime, but for
everybody's
sure,
different, but
if
be
you're
prepared.
yeah,
Not
and if you're losing one of the ingredients for having to stay on it is losing muscle mass because you're losing that metabolically active tissue, and that is going to permanently change your metabolic rate. Right. So if you aren't careful when you're on it,
You're not gonna.
you may have to stay on it. I
Yeah.
think it requires serious due diligence
No,
to
I think you
do
should
it
be
right.
prepared to stay on it for the rest of your life. Just be prepared. You may not.
Right.
I'm
But I
not an
think it
absolutist.
increases your likelihood that it could be short term if you do it right.
I don't know, because like I said, I can do everything and gain weight, lose weight. It like has no relation to what I'm eating or drinking somehow. It's crazy. Or working out. I don't know. So I'm just saying, what's so funny? Like, okay, I've got a set point. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what I do. I
And
can run 3 miles. I can run 3 miles. I can drink, not drink. I can do gentle yoga. I can do crazy Pilates. And it seems like I'm just going to stay like 140, I think is 135, 140. And again, maybe this is how older women should be. I was looking at everybody Pilates today. Everybody's in good shape. Everybody's doing crazy stuff on the reformers. And it
Okay,
gets
can I talk about some more of
side effects.
yeah.
Well, and I don't like the people are taking it, like in Hollywood, who look disgusting. Ozempic face, Ozempic body. This just looks terrible. Those
I
people
want
should
to talk
not be
about
on
some of
it.
the real side effects. Yeah.
Okay, some of the real side effects are horrifying.
Well, one is
I'm
no, you are gallbladder issues, especially after you've lost the weight. There's a lot of people who talk about that, and I just want to address that gallbladder issues.
that wasn't
It
so
is.
right.
So in 2022, there was a meta-analysis, which is where they take a bunch of studies and put them together in a basket and review them of 76 randomized controlled trials, and they found 37% increase relative risk of gallbladder or biliary disease with GLP-1 medication, up to 2.29 times higher in weight loss. However, this is my caveat because a lot of people have come to me, even friends, saying, I will never do it because of this or that. And I just want to say this is a risk that is not unique to these drugs. A similar or higher rate occurs with bariatric surgery, 30 to 50% in the first year, very low calorie diet. The driver is the speed and the amount of
Yes.
weight loss. That is what messes up with your biliary. And it is not the drug that is doing it. It is accelerated weight loss very, very fast. If people would titrate up on these drugs in a very slow manner and lose 1 pound a week maximum, yeah, this wouldn't happen, or it would happen at a much lower,
Less.
much.
I mean, that makes sense
It
to
just,
handle.
yeah. If
'Cause
you went on, if you went on ketogenic diet, or if you went on, I'm
Yeah.
sure, yeah, it has to do with rapid. Weight. That's what I want to say about that.
I
The
agree.
next thing I want to talk about is sagging skin or Ozempic. This refers to
That's
the
my pet peeve. You
age
tell
the
like it's contouring makeup today.
skin has the Ozempic face without Ozempic.
Oh,
And it's all due to
get my
powder and shading.
contouring. Thanks to Hot and Flashy for my contouring palette. Can you see where my
You
head's
too can
at?
look like you have Ozempic face. Just
Or a
follow
focal
and
fat removal.
yeah. So this refers to the gaunt or hollowed out, and this is because, again, rapid weight loss. It's the loss
Or
of
it's just kinda
subcutaneous facial
cheap.
fat
I hate
pads,
it.
and with some contribution from
Contribution.
facial muscle loss. So again, if you can avoid the muscle loss, it will help. The skin doesn't have time to contract. It's going to happen in older people and rebound. This will happen with any.
But if you have a
weight
lot of money, you can do something. You can go see my daughter in Atlanta.
loss, especially
She's
with
an aesthetic spot. No, I'm not. Yeah, I agree.
like, let
You
me
still
just
might
tell
need to
you,
do
you
something
and
with
I
your
both
skin.
know if you've ever had a friend who was diagnosed with a terminal illness and became cachectic for any reason, they have that look where you
Yes.
lose
You're
the
the
weight
temporal
here. Yes,
wasting.
you lose it here.
How
Yes,
looking.
this starts to, so this is not necessary, but it's not due to the drugs. It is due to rapid weight loss and muscle
And
loss.
people
Yeah, that's what I think.
on and on.
So the next thing I want to talk about, which probably wasn't on your radar, was thyroid cancer. A lot of people
No,
are
that
worried.
was
Yes,
radar.
you're welcome for me alarming you of all these issues. Because a lot of people
I
are
am
worried about
alarmed.
thyroid issues.
I'm
Chronic obesity itself increases thyroid cancer risk. Overweight people have about 25 to 30% higher risk
What?
of having thyroid
Wow.
cancer, while obese individuals have 50 to 55% higher risk. So let me just tell you, yes, there is a boxed warning on these drugs, but it comes from a strong rodent trial that shows C cell tumors. However, again, I have to clarify, there's a major biological difference between these human studies and these rodent studies. They have like more C cells, or it like their anatomy. I just want to tell you, how do you tease out, okay, that person, that friend of mine that was on tirzepatide and lost weight, then got thyroid cancer. Well, they were also obese for 25 years, and they in a high risk population anyway. Was it because of the drug, or was it, you know what I mean? Hey, if you have a family history of thyroid cancer, probably not a candidate.
But what if you have a history of obesity and that's why they all had it? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
again,
No, I'm just saying this one. Okay. Because staying obese is a risk. Mhm. So I worry about gastroparesis, the
me
delayed
too. That's
stomach
my
emptying,
biggest
because it
one.
also delays it even more. So if you already have IBS,
Or you're constipated
I don't
or
know. You really need to weigh
burpy.
that out. They say it's not contraindicated in that.
How
Like you could try it at a low dose. If it
That's what I
gets
would
bad,
say. Yeah.
they say titrate up instead of going up every 4 weeks, go up every 8 to 10 weeks. So there are precautions that you should take if you know that that is already something that you
I mean,
struggle with.
doesn't
No, but it's delayed gastric. If constipation,
I know serious. Okay.
if it's
But
the
we all know, like,
history of
and that
pancreatitis, that's another one that when I think
mm,
about it. And also I said the history of medullary thyroid cancer.
yeah. And then with the delayed gastric, isn't there like burpy burps and bad burps?
Lots of that. Yes.
I heard an anecdotal thing about someone having explosive diarrhea for a month and they couldn't leave their house.
That's odd.
It's the opposite of what
It
you would
makes
think.
it makes me think that they went up too fast, or
Something was not right. Like for a month?
that's a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're not a candidate for it. You got to rethink it.
Like
It says people with IBS, it's not a contraindication, but it does require extra care. These drugs can worsen.
yeah, as a former sufferer, yeah, everything needs extra care with IBS. I'll have to write that book. You helped me illustrate it a long time ago.
So they say there's a lot of things you can do. Like I already talked about slowing the titration.
Yeah, let's talk about what to do, and
Yeah,
then we can wrap it up
eat
with our
smaller
final
meals.
thoughts.
To
Oh, and what we're going to talk
slowly.
about next time, I've got to interrupt. I'm sorry. We're
I'm
going to do
not
our
even done.
conclusions. Oh, I have some antagonists to GLP-1 medication, so let me
Okay.
remind me to say that before
Stay
when you're done.
hydrated. Consider gas X, ginger tea, probiotic.
Yeah, those are not things on my list, but yes, I agree with all those. I do all those things anyway. Yeah, and we'll have to get into my personal research. I am started a trial 2 days ago.
Oh yeah.
I started adding a little bit of clove to my coffee, and black seed oil, and a couple other
Did you just
things.
say seed oil?
I did, but it's not the kind I hate.
So there's good seed and bad seed?
It's not soy, it's not canola, it's not machinery oil. No,
Oh,
it's black seed oil, and it's only a teensy tiny bit.
okay.
Because we're going to talk about this one soon. I'm passionate. Because what's the ratio people are eating omega 6 to 3?
That's like 10 to or 6 to
20?
3. I mean, it's
I
yeah.
was 20.
Well, you say 3 to is it 3 to 6, and it's supposed to
Too much.
yeah, to way too much.
All right, we'll talk about that in cell membranes because I am always concerned about my cell membranes.
Yeah, cell membranes are important.
They
Keep them
have to
tight.
be in good shape or
Keep them tight.
it's like a leaky gut. It's like a leaky everything. Everything is leaky. Okay, so back to you. I was just
I did not mention
things
the
to do. I do want to
okay.
mention this. I think if you're doing one of these, definitely do the DEXA scans or whatever those are.
Absolutely.
I think
Especially in the beginning. Please do a DEXA scan. And
yeah,
the reason is because sometimes I think, and we can talk about this in another episode. We need to have a whole episode
A
about
whole vent.
what classification of obesity and being overweight. And my point is BMI
It's not
doesn't right. DEXA scan or bioelectrical impedance. There are other ways to tell if you're over fat, and that's really
yes.
what's most important because there's what's called what is it skinny fat.
You don't want to be in skin.
Or
No.
people that BMI looks good, but they have such low muscle mass
And
that
they
they're
look
actually
yucky.
at cardiovascular risk.
And I think you look
Not
older
about
too.
looking, not even about look, it's about health. You don't know these things until you either do like a tricep skin fold or bioelectrical impedance.
Yes, do the DEXA thing.
And
Make sure you're eating how much protein would you say a day? I'm going to go with my new favorite doctor lady's recommendation. At first I was like, what are you talking about? But then I realized she said 1 gram per pound.
1 gram per pound, which is
That's
a
hard for
lot.
me.
I mean, we were like 1.2 to 1.6 per kilogram would be
I'm
great.
leaning towards higher end.
Per kilogram would
I
be
have
great.
my product review.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay.
Speaking of protein,
Yes.
Anne, how do you get your protein in?
Well, I eat a lot of steak. Like last night, I had steak. I had a delicious dinner. Here's my gluten-free, soy-free, seed oil-free, grain-free, delicious dinner.
She's
I had
cooking
filet
it, getting
mignon.
into her chef mode.
Yeah, filet mignon, grilled onions, charred asparagus with Assaggio cheese on it.
Is that how you say that? I thought it was Asiago.
No, I'm not really sure. No, now I don't know how to say it. No, I don't even know. And lemon fancy cheese and a sweet potato, and it was so delicious. And something else, I don't know. The charred asparagus was just off the chart. So I get a lot of my protein from meat and eggs, but I did just get this new exciting, this whey protein isolate. Yeah, because I am trying to get at least 100. I really wanted to get 120.
Over 100 yesterday. I was and wasn't even that hard.
Well, this makes it easy, but it did cause bloating, so I've halved it because I bloated. I did.
Oh.
Like, yes.
Even the isolate.
I'm not drinking enough water. I can't figure it out. So, but I love it. It's the Thorn whey protein isolate, which is easier for people like me who also have celiac and lactose intolerance. So do the isolate, not the concentrate. And 1 scoop has 21 grams of protein. And what I really like, it's got, you can't see it, it's so tiny, but it's got all the essential amino acids.
How much lucite does it have in it?
Kerin is excited about that. It's got 2.2 grams. You know, we want to try like 3 in your first meal. Yeah. As you get older, we talked about that. So
it's not flavored, you said, or is it vanilla?
I got vanilla. Okay. But the tips are, stir it in. Don't make it frothy because if you're like me, you'll bloat from any air. Like I can't even drink champagne. Break it up and make sure you're drinking enough water and get the isolate. So I love it. Okay, that's my something. We're off our things. We're mixing everything up. This is something tried. We're talking about something true.
I'm going to
We're talking about old weight loss things next time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
yes,
So I told you I had like 2 hours of sleep last night. But I don't know why I couldn't sleep. Oh, I do know why. I think it could be because I've been drinking. I think it's because I drank some of that too close to my bedtime.
What is it?
Bloom Sparkling Energy. It has prebiotics in it.
Oh, I like those, but not with.
I think it might have kept. Anyway, so I couldn't sleep last night. So this morning I get up like 7:30. Do a little more research for the podcast, and I put coffee in my coffee mug, and then I go and get my collagen, and I'm like, opening the thing, and I put it in, and it just starts foaming. Like it looked like a science project. And like it just kept coming and coming and coming, and I'm like,
what did you do?
What? First of all, when I opened it, I went, there's a scoop. That's not a scoop in here. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll use my spoon.
I know what you did. I know what you did. I know what you did. Was that disgusting? Did you spit it out?
I figured out what I did before I did it. But then, so I had put Calm in it. that magnesium supplement that
Mhm.
boom. I mean, it literally goes nuts. It's a science experiment. It just went crazy. So then I thought, I don't really want to waste it. So I tried to drink, but it's kind of like a raspberry lemon flavor, and it was gross. I couldn't. So I had to kind of throw it out. And I felt bad because I have that Nespresso machine. So some of the coffee pots, I mean, some of them are like $2.
Expensive.
Yeah. I mean, not like Starbucks, but it's my
It
treat.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had to make another cup and then put my collagen. And I was like, and they are similar containers. And my collagen that I use now used to be green and they've made it white. And so it's like if you turn it around on the other side, they kind of look the same. But that just shows how tired I was. And I was like, wow, I'm glad that rat poison isn't sitting in the, or I just would have been dumping anything in there. Anyway, so that is what I did this morning. Lots of fun.
I had put the clove water in my fancy coffee. Yeah, that's all I did. I didn't have any
I was thinking about you when I put
explosions.
nutmeg in mine. I have
Nutmeg.
this
I
little
do like
nutmeg
nutmeg,
from
and
St.
it has a
Martin
lot
that
of
I
good
grind it.
properties. Yeah, it's got we'll talk about all these things. They have fun properties. We're
And
gonna
I've
talk
been
about
doing
berberine.
cinnamon too.
I like to put a cinnamon stick. Oh my gosh, you know what is so good? Cinnamon sticks and butter, like steeped in a little bit of honey.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the blend is so good. But I mean, so
Yes, I did want to
if
talk
you're
about this one
taking
last study that actually two last studies. One
okay,
is just came out this month, which is super exciting, but basically says it 10 medicine study sets the stage for multi-site clinical trial to determine whether GLP drugs are associated with lower risk of developing breast cancer. And they did. They figured out that 30, I don't know, but yeah, 30.5% lower odds. But just keep in mind, this is just sort of a study that looks, it's
battery's
a
getting low.
retrospective. It's not like a causal. So,
Okay,
but it was 110,000 people. So it's looking at a huge pool of people.
that's
And
crazy.
the other thing is too, if you're at a higher risk of breast cancer, if obese people are at a higher risk of breast cancer and they're now not obese, how do you tease that out? You know,
I don't know.
it's not necessarily the drug. Like, what if they had lost weight by other methods? With bariatric surgery. So, but, but there actually is something in the GLP-1 that I did want to tell you that they think this is interesting. GLP-1s reduce systemic inflammation through several different pathways and have other metabolic and epigenetic effects that could inhibit tumor growth. So there is a little bit of tumor suppression growth possible link
That
there
sounds good
that
too.
isn't necessarily just, due to the loss of weight. So,
No, I changed my mind a lot from the
so
beginning to the end.
before we wrap it up, I just want to say there's actionable tips that I want to say. And that
Okay,
is that you
say
should always work with a knowledgeable medical professional. Get a baseline of your body composition.
totally.
Do it with a DEXA. I prefer a DEXA scan. Yeah. Prioritize. Well, aim for gradual weight loss of a half a pound to 1 pound per week, maximum 2 pounds. Don't do any of this. I'm so excited. I lost 5 pounds the first week. Bad. Very, very bad. If you are, it's not good.
I mean, a lot of
It's
it could be
muscle.
fluid.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
muscle pulls fluid too.
Yeah.
So if it is,
And your
it's
body
bad.
is
Yeah.
going to be emergency.
Prioritize high protein intake of 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. It's going to be hard. You have to do it.
Well,
No, but you have to do it.
and
And
the crap
do
in there.
resistance training 2 to 4 times a week. If you don't want to do the work, don't take the med. Yeah. Number 4, I don't know what I'm on. Consider the 3 HMB and 5 grams of creatinine daily, which we could talk about on another podcast.
Yeah. I'm still
Hydrate
on
doses
creatine.
slowly. Stay hydrated. Manage constipation early. Monitor your mood, energy levels. Focus on sustainable lifestyle habits. These medications are powerful tools. They're not.
They're not magic. Guess what one of the GLP-1 antagonists is, whether it's made in your body or semaglutide. Just guess. It's one of my most hated things.
Oh, seed
Seed
oil.
oils. And of course, yeah, high sugar. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Ultra processed foods. I mean, it goes, that's what those are, right? They're going to be in your non. So I'd say eat your food.
Yeah.
And drink your wine. What?
Drink your, or maybe
Your
not.
organic. If you can tolerate it.
I didn't talk about the stigma study, but basically there was a study done where people were given profiles. There was a bunch of people and they were given profiles of, hey, these people lost weight this way. These people lost weight with GLP-1s and these people didn't lose weight at all. How do you feel about them? I don't know if they were like, give a happy face, give a smile, whatever. But by and large, people gave frowny faces to people who lost weight with, and I say frowny faces. You know, they were like,
I don't
look down on
understand
people
that.
who lost weight with, because they were like, they're cheaters. They took the easy way out. And in fact, they looked better at people who didn't even try to lose weight or lose weight any which way than people who had taken that.
I mean, I've seen before afters and
I hear it
testimonies
all the time.
online.
I bet they're blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, now,
They're just jealous.
A lot of times I do feel like it's couched with people who are either taking it that don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, right. Is it big? But I mean, people who, it's a
No, if
tool.
you need it, like
If it's a tool, it'd be just like taking me.
You're not going to judge
medicine.
diabetic if they're taking. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't even talk about price, but it doesn't matter because Trump's saying he's going to make it $50 for people on Medicaid.
I mean, I do have to say, because I'm like,
yeah, you didn't talk about that.
Does my TV know I'm fat?
Well, if they're trying to get you to do Keytruda, it knows that you have cancer.
No, well, it's not Keytruda. I sent you the screenshot.
Oh, I thought you said Keytruda.
I meant to say your screen. It was like the weight loss GLP.
Get any advertisements at all?
Because I don't pay for my YouTube. Yeah. Sorry, folks, I don't pay for it.
I was thinking about like,
even though I have, you know,
this is why she needs you to sponsor.
Wagovi.
Could you please like and subscribe?
Could you pretend I'm wearing a black? Guess who's on?
That song. I listened to the whole thing.
You did? Was it good?
It was.
But why doesn't he fix it? If he's a millionaire. Okay, pretend shirt. So out of the numerous subscribers we have or people listening, I don't know.
He would, now that he has I mean, how's he going to do it? Is he going to not be on air for a while? I mean, that.
Who?
What's his, why can't I think of his name? Diary of
the
the
CEO.
Come on.
I don't. I like him a lot.
Bragg?
But, and the way, and then maybe we should be more animated. There's another girl. She's like, oh my God, yes, just like and subscribe if we've helped you win.
He does throw out statistics. He's like, did you know that only 30% of the people who watch the
subscribing and just send us around. Send us to people who don't want to listen to all of the nonsense. That's why we're doing this. So you can cut through it and just, we're not giving advice, but we're not telling you anything we wouldn't do. And I would never like promote. I'm not getting any money from Thorne. I wish I was.
Okay,
Indeed,
so,
we did.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think some of the other, I'm not a big, I don't want to be doing like 30,000 life hacks a day either. Even though people think my diet's restrictive. I think it's,
so see you next time.
And have it. Thank you, Kerin. It's great to see you. I hope you can stitch these together. Bye-bye. Bye-bye till next time. Thanks for listening. Have a healthy day. Bye.